Fog Racing back again with another video. We're here with another F122 career mode part. We're in the United States of America, Cletus, and hopefully we have got the pace this weekend to lay the smackdown. But there we have the pace, only time will really tell. But as you can see, we scrape through here in Austin. We get P4, of course. Ourselves, Leclerc and Verstappen all battling for this championship, and we go across the line here. It's a 33.4, much better than the 35.1. So going into Q3, it looks like it's ours to lose, but going into Q3, yeah, we run out of time. Issue on the car, absolute shite. I mean, you probably couldn't write this, to be honest, but that's the way the cookie has crumbled here in this F122 career mode. But let's look at the grid for the race, and there's penalties coming.
Edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Joe, Stevens, and Verstappen. Leclerc, they've taken a grid penalty. Gasly, Ricciardo, and Lando Norris. Vettel, Tsunoda, Lance Stroll, and Albon. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Latifi, Bottas, Esteban Ocon, and Carlos Sainz. They've taken a grid, and a warm welcome to Natalie Pinkham, who's beside me in the commentary box today. We have a really close...
So an absolutely insane grid here. Guan Yu Zhou starts 4th. We've got us, then Verstappen and Leclerc, the three championship rivals. And here we go, man. Can we make a massive push going into... I mean, there's only 3 races to go, including this one. But Verstappen and Leclerc side by side. Guan Yu Zhou fucking thinking about taking the lead here off Russell, but there's contact with Perez. Verstappen has somehow went for like P7. As the game just holy moly lagging, and we have to let Perez back through, and the Gasly's get through, and Magnussen's out, and the virtual safety car has also came out, which ain't particularly good. We've lost quite a lot of ground on Verstappen, us and Leclerc, but we try and overtake Gasly, and Perez leaves the door open. Gasly just decides to launch it down both of us, but we managed to get the better grip out the corner and overtake. But of course we are on the super soft tyres, which gives us a pretty big advantage. But Jesus, Guan Yu Zhou absolutely shafts us, and Verstappen's been very lucky in this race in terms of where he's been able to put the car. But we're only on lap 2, and Guan Yu Zhou running as high as he probably ever will in this career mode or in his F1 career. But Verstappen and him side by side, you overpowers him down the straight. We're trying to look for a manoeuvre here. There's contact. I don't know if we're going to be able to get the job done. Can we launch it? Oh, bit risky on Verstappen. Guan Yu Zhou overtakes him. Oh yeah, but then moving on to lap 6, for our tyres are beginning to go off at this point. Verstappen just watches us go past on our dead tyres, and boom, that's us down to P3 with Gasly right up our arse. So at the end of that lap we decided to pit in, only noticing now that we've actually got front wing damage, which of course ain't good, so hopefully we can up our game. But we overtake Guan Yu Zhou's teammate in Valtteri Bottas going into turn 1. Up next on lap 11 we have got Esteban Ocon. Risky, bit argy-bargy, but when you've got a championship to win, there's no pissing about, boys. Up next, Yuki Tsunoda. He's the DRS Open. Waved the DRS Open. He's forcing us out. I think he actually hit Mick Schumacher there. We've almost got the move done. I mean, we should be getting it. Yeah, that's us done. Warning though for a collision. Up next though, Mick Schumacher, who we clipped there, probably damaged the front wing end plate a wee bit more, but we're looking to get it done. Lance Stroll. Probably could have got Lance Stroll there, but you know, don't want to afford any more damage. But going on, Nicholas Latifi has dropped it behind his teammate at the back, and we have dropped one on Lance Stroll as we overtake him here on lap 12. Lovely jubbly, and then moving on, we hang it around the outside of Vettel, who's probably going to get a better exit. Maybe not, we're on the fresher tyres, and we've also got the DRS, but look at that, man. That Mercedes engine in that Aston Martin is doing a job. We're trying to drag him with the DRS. He's probably going to get us in the braking zone. But come on, we need this. Look at that though. Guan Yu Zhou only 3 seconds up the road, despite the fact that we were battling him not so long ago. But everyone else is pitted at this stage, apart from Russell. So we come out in P2, but we have another pit stop to go. So hopefully, we are strategy here. We can lay the smackdown. But look at this. As we're coming out the pits, Charles Leclerc pulls off to the side, and one of our championship rivals, one of our teammate, is out the race, and Verstappen is sitting up on the podium. Absolute disaster for Ferrari. Moving on to lap 19, we do get past Guan Yu Zhou in the turn 1. He's trying to put up a fight. He'll probably feel pretty disappointed considering the fact that he was in such a good position. But up next for us is Alexander Albon. Both DRSs are open. We've got the fastest. No, fuck, Norris just took that off us. Up next though is Pure Gasly. Albon has been dispatched, and we sit in behind him, and we actually damage the wing. We lock up the tyres at this point. We're kind of a wee bit done, and now Pure Gasly has absolutely smoked this out. I don't know if it was a part of his ploy, but if we get past him here, you'd like to think that we might be able to hold on for just a lap here where we barely any of our front wing. We managed to get the job done. If we can just late break him and force him a wee bit wide, but we actually force ourselves wide. And now Pure Gasly, who just smashes another bit of my wing off, and we are absolutely hanging on. But we overtake Gasly, and now the understeer in this car is unbelievable. And for some reason, folks, my front wing actually fell off. I don't understand what happened. At this point, it's off. I didn't know. I thought it was just because it was already damaged, but replays will soon suggest otherwise. But Gasly, ourselves and Albon all battling over the same bit of tarmac, try to switch back, but Albon, and what? And that's when the front wing takes another whack. But again, it was fully off. And at this point, you can clearly see it's already fully off. But again, look at this. He launches it, completely cuts the corner just to poleaxe me. Look, he's got four wheels off the track. Here he does, Alexander Albon. Don't understand it. We finished P7, valuable points lost here for Ferrari, and I do not get that one bit. I really don't. But George Russell won from Max Verstappen, so brilliant weekend for Mercedes and Red Bull. As for Ferrari, bit of a disaster, and it leaves the championship looking like this. And yeah, we've got 2 races to go. We've got a sprint as well. 2 points cover the top 3. Absolutely insane. Lando Norris still has a mathematical chance, but let's be real, it's going to take a miracle for big Lando to lay the smackdown. But until then, peace.